The general shook his head. I had rather not be the test case, he said. That he said in a lighter vein. He told Sadao that he didn't want to be a test case for him. Why? Because just before that he had told him to be ruthless like German and be sentimental like Americans. So and Sadao had agreed to it. He was not very sure, but he had said that he would try. So he just jokingly, in a lighter vein, he said that he didn't want to be his test case. He felt suddenly weak and overwhelmed with the cares of his life as an official in times such as these, when repeated victory, they had got repeated victory, and he had got a lot of responsibilities on his shoulder as an official. So suddenly he felt mentally also weak. Physically, he had already become very weak. He was not keeping well. But mentally also he got overburdened. He felt overburdened. Brought great responsibilities all over the South Pacific, that region, South Pacific region. It is very unfortunate that this man should have washed up on your doorstep, he said irritably. With such great responsibilities on his shoulder, he had got one more trouble, that was through Sadao, and he could not let go Sadao easily because he was totally depending on him for his life. So he had had got stuck in a very difficult position. So it is a very unfortunate thing that this man should have washed up on your doorstep, he said irritably. He could, like that irritation could be sensed in his statement when he said this to Sadao. I feel it so myself, Sadao said gently. Even Sadao agreed to it, that it was so unfortunate that that prisoner of war, that American, was thrown by the sea at his doorstep. It would be best if he could be quietly killed, the general said. Not by you, but by someone who does not know him. He knew that Sadao could not kill him. He had all the time and chance to kill him, but he didn't, because he was sentimental. He was more sentimental than practical, than being rational. So he knew that he would not be able to kill him. So he said, not by you, but by someone who does not know him. I have because the person who would not know him would not have any strings attached with him, with the man, any attachment, any kind of emotional attachment. So it would be easy for him to kill. I have my own private assassins. He said he had his own private assassins, murderers. Suppose I send 2 of them to your house tonight, or better, any night. You need know nothing about it. So he said he would, how about sending the private assassins, just 2 of them, maybe that night or any night, to kill that man, to kill the American. It is now warm. What would be more natural than that you should leave the outer partition of the white man's room open to the garden while he sleeps? So he gave him this idea also that because now the weather had become warm, so he could open the doors, one of the doors towards the white man's room, so that the assassins would get into the room and kill him easily while he was asleep. Certainly it would be very natural, Sadao agreed. In fact, it is so left open every night. So he said it is always open every night, so it would be natural, it would look natural. Good, the general said, yawning. They are very capable assassins. They make no noise and they know the trick of inward bleeding. If you like, I can even have them remove the body. So general said, good, because he agreed to it. He said, good. And he said, all right, lazily, yawning, he said, they are very capable assassins. They know their job well. They make no noise. They know the trick of inward bleeding. That means there would not be any bloodbath or any kind of commotion like that. So if you like, I can even have them remove the body. So they were like experts in killing people. Sadao considered. He thought for a while. That perhaps would be best, he said. Excellency. He agreed, thinking of Hana. He agreed because he was thinking of Hana. Because if there would be any commotion, Hana would get really terrified. So he didn't want to disturb Hana at all with all those things. He left the general's presence then and went home. So after that he went home, thinking over the plan. In this way the whole thing would be taken out of his hands. And he was feeling little relieved also that now the matter has gone into the hands of the general. He didn't have to bother much. He would tell Hana nothing, since she would be timid at the idea of assassins in the house, and yet certainly such persons were essential in an absolute state, such as Japan was. In Japan, there were private assassins. There were assassins whom the government or maybe certain people had used many a times. Because such, according to the author, such persons were essential in an absolute state. Absolute state means state with absolute sovereignty, control and authority, with the well-defined territory and all that. How else could rulers deal with those who oppose them? So Sadao was just thinking about the assassins, and then the thought of having the assassins at home, and thinking about Hana, that how would she react, made him think about it. And he thought that it would be a great idea not to tell Hana at all.